Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, it's Matt again. And just another Sunday night here in beautiful South Florida. And I got another review for you today. And today I am reviewing none other than The Dark Knight, the newest Batman movie. I'm mainly going to be doing a review kind of the DVD, more of than the movie. I'll give you a brief overview of the movie in case you're one of the about 10 people in the entire world that haven't seen the movie. It's an extension of Batman Begins, which came out a few years ago. I think it was at 2006. Just don't quote me on that. 2005, 2006. And this time, instead of Batman fighting himself and Ra's al Ghul and the Scarecrow in this, he's fighting the Joker, who was Heath Ledger. The late Heath Ledger played the Joker. Um, all in all, very well done movie. Better style than the first one. Christopher Nolan really learned from his mistakes from the first one in terms of the fight scenes. Even though the fight scenes are still a little jilted and still a little too close up. That's one of the main problems that they had on the first Batman Begins. But as you know, the movie was shot in IMAX format, and probably the best way to see the movie was at the IMAX theater as opposed to your regular theater. But if you couldn't afford the $15, you know, the $3 off, because everybody's usually paying about $10 to $12, $13 for a regular movie now, so it was almost worth going to the IMAX and spending a few extra dollars. Um, like I said, out of 5, I have to give this movie a 5. It was probably one of the best movies of the entire year. Not just because it was a Batman movie, but just because it was a very well put together movie. It was a lot of fun. The performances were really good. Heath Ledger, you know, was excellent as the Joker. He went to those dark places that a lot of actors probably wouldn't want to go to do the character, and he did him justice. If you are familiar with The Killing Joke or even the Arkham Asylum, A Real Place in a Real World, the graphic novel, pick that up if you get a chance. It's really good reading, almost like a psychological horror comic book. He did a great job. Christian Bale still has those little things that kind of bother me. The whole voice thing, the whole gravelly voice. I know you're trying to disguise your voice, but it comes to a point where it just gets annoying. And everybody else was good. Michael Caine, even Maggie Gyllenhaal was fine. I had no problem with her. And of course, Aaron Eckhart. You can't forget him, who plays Two-Face. He was very well. He played the character just as the character should be played. It wasn't comedic and goofy like Tommy Lee Jones was in the bad Batman movies. Try not to really mention those a lot. I mean, the first Batman Forever was okay, but Batman and Robin was basically an atrocity. So, getting away from the movie, though, I want to talk about the. I have the 2-disc version here, and all in all, if you're to pick the 2-disc or the 1-disc, it's not really worth getting the 2-disc in my opinion, unless you're a Batman fanatic and you got to have the 2-disc edition of it. The special features are very scant. The only thing that's really worthwhile, well, there's two things. One thing is the Hans Zimmer interview, the composer of the movie, who did a lot of stuff for the Joker songs and stuff like that. That was really interesting. How he kind of came up with the concept, keeping it minimalist while keeping it very kind of intense and everything. And the other thing is that you get to watch all the IMAX scenes. But the thing that sucks about that is that it would be a lot better if you were just able to watch the entire movie with the IMAX scenes included. Unless you have like a 75-foot TV, it's not gonna help anyway. But it's still good to see a better view of the major scenes that they shot with IMAX. So that was one of the gripes. They should have just given you a feature of the entire movie in IMAX. Other thing, you can go on the internet and get a digital copy of the movie if it tickles your fancy, of course, also. But other than that, there's really aren't any special features. The only other thing is the Gotham Tonight little snippets that you may have seen on the internet with Anthony Michael Hall as the guy who runs the Gotham news channel. It's kind of interesting if you're like to get a little more in depth in how Harvey Dent was elected and all the other things that are happening in the city. So that's kind of cool. But the movie's great, but the DVD is lacking, especially the 2-disc. There's no commentary. I don't have the Blu-ray, so I can't really comment on that. I know on the Blu-ray you can create your own video commentary or something along those lines, which is actually very, very cool. If you have a Blu-ray, of course. I'm a little behind the curve there. But anyway, Batman was great. This was mainly about a DVD, though, so I'm just talking about that. And before I go, I also have this for all you beer drinkers out here. This is like a little aside. Sierra Nevada Celebration. Um, Very good beer, very tasty. Kind of brings that Christmassy uh, kind of like sense out of you. It's a full body beer. It's very rich. If you're familiar with Sierra Nevada, you know it's a lot heavier than the other ones, but at the same time it's still kind of light. It's good hoppiness, but at the same time not too bitter and not too sweet. So that's it for tonight. I'll be back again sometime next week, and I'll be seeing you guys when I see it. So catch y'all later. See ya. Bye.